Good Morning America, new plea. Today show anchor Savannah Guthrie and her family make a new appeal for the release of their mother, Nancy.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her.
Now 1 week after Guthrie was abducted from her home, investigators returning to the scene, inspecting cameras on the roof, towing a car, and going door to door looking for answers. We are live in Tucson with the latest on the investigation as a second ransom deadline looms, now just hours away.
Life-threatening cold, the warning for extreme conditions. Wind chills in the Northeast plunging to minus 30 degrees. In New York City, the coldest season in 2 decades. The Boston area slammed with snow. What's in store for the week ahead?
Gateway's green light, a federal judge stepping in to block the Trump administration from freezing $16 billion for America's biggest infrastructure project, plus the dueling stories about President Trump playing a name game over the funding.
I'm on top of the world, hey. I'm on top of the world, hey.
And Super Bowl Sunday. The big day is here. The New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks battling it out for the Vince Lombardi Trophy. The tight security measures in place to keep the fans safe. Star-studded parties overnight. Celebrities hitting the red carpet. The die-hard group of fans who haven't missed a championship in 60 years. Plus the history-making halftime show. Bad Bunny promising to have the crowd on their feet. Does he have any surprises in store? All the angles from the plays to the parties. As we say,
Good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Sunday. Good morning, America.
Well, they are calling it Benito Bowl.
They certainly
are. Good morning, America. It is good to see you. We do have some breaking news here from the Winter Games. A devastating crash for skier Lindsey Vonn, attempting to make a comeback, but racing on a badly injured knee, losing control on her run, and receiving medical attention. We're going to have more on that coming up, but of course, we hope that she's okay. We're thinking of her.
So many people were looking forward to seeing her skiing, so not good to hear that she has fallen, but we'll be following that. And of course, the Super Bowl kickoff is just hours away. Whit is standing by at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Hey, Whit.
Hey guys, good morning. I hope you're ready because it all comes down to this. The stage is set for a historic matchup. So many compelling storylines, from the young quarterback versus the veteran journeyman to the clash of the coaches to Bad Bunny's historic halftime show. We'll have all of that and much more coming up in just a bit, guys.
All right, we'll check back in with you in just a bit, Whit. But first, let's get right to the developing news overnight and the search for Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. The family posting a new video overnight with a plea for her safe return.
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us and we will pay.
It is just such a heartbreaking video, and we have new details here. They're also emerging about the investigation. Former FBI agent Brad Garrett will join us in a moment here, but first, ABC News chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is live in Tucson for us. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, Gio. That new anguished message from Savannah Guthrie is difficult to watch. It is short and pointed. The family promises to pay to get their mother back.
This morning, 1 week after police say Nancy Guthrie was abducted from her home in the dark of night, her children are grasping for some way to get their mother returned. Savannah and her siblings clutching hands in that Instagram post that begs, "Bring her home."
We received your message and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Law enforcement sources told ABC News the message is the same one received Friday by a Tucson television station. The FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department said they had been analyzing it, but the sources said they have not determined its authenticity. An earlier, also unverified message included a deadline of tomorrow.
While we advise and recommend from a law enforcement perspective, any action taken on any ransom is ultimately decided by the family.
Savannah's gut-wrenching plea came at the end of the day with no new investigative leads. Hours later, officers seen leaving her sister Annie's home, but still there are no suspects, no video, and no proof the 84-year-old in fragile health is alive. It has been a week since she failed to show up at church and her family reported her missing. Nancy Guthrie, who appeared with Savannah from time to time on the Today Show, now appears on billboards in Phoenix, El Paso, San Antonio, and Houston. Investigators returned to her home, inspecting cameras on the roof and towing a car. The FBI went door to door in her quiet desert neighborhood, hoping someone may have noticed something in the wee hours of last Sunday morning. That's when police said in a 45-minute period, a doorbell camera was disconnected, a possible intruder was detected inside, and Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker disconnected from her phone. The sheriff told us he has to believe she will be found.
Why would I operate from any other position than my team is operating from the same position? She's out there. We're going to find her. We have to operate from that position.
You have to have hope.
Absolutely.
The frantic search is drawing worldwide attention, but for Savannah Guthrie and her family, this is a deeply personal horror of sadness and frustration. Guys, the police were tracking a possible vehicle of interest at a nearby convenience store that may have been spotted during that 45-minute window when police believe Nancy Guthrie was taken. But Janae, there are no new leads this morning.
You said the horror, the anguish for this family as this has dragged on. Thank you so much for your reporting. Now let's bring in ABC News contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett. Brad, thank you for being with us this morning. It's been a week since Nancy was taken. We have that Monday deadline, the new message overnight from the Guthrie family. What does the timing indicate? And with it going into a week, is it likely that this is about money?
I think it is about money. And I also think that the release of the short message by the Guthrie family was very strategic. My guess is they had hostage negotiators working with them as far as wording, using like celebrate instead of surrender, or taking away from it like she's being held, which obviously she is if she's alive, hopefully. But it also tells the bad guys that we are serious about this, and maybe most importantly for the bad guys, that we're going to pay. And so we'll see. I think it sort of ratchets up what may happen on Monday one way or the other.
And as Aaron reported, Brad, we saw that this was a really pointed message there. Savannah Guthrie addressed the suspected kidnapper or kidnappers directly in that social media video. So what does that tell you?
Well, that tells you that, first of all, that the bad guys need direct connection to Savannah, because presumably she is the one that would ultimately come up with the money if they decide to pay.
To return our mother.
And Brad, you mentioned the possible vehicle of interest that could have been investigated. Where could the investigation be going from here?
So I will tell you that vehicle spots and even people spots, many of them don't amount to much. Maybe this will. I think they're really just banking on that a car showed up during the time frame that Aaron talked about, and that is it related, is it not related? My guess is they would have resolved that car one way or the other by now.
Brad, as we've been saying, you are a former FBI agent. So what do you see going on right now behind the scenes of this investigation?
So here are the following keys. Can the FBI techs break down the IP address that was used to send these emails, which is in effect a ransom notes? I don't think they've gotten anywhere with cameras. They may have other leads. And one of the problems, Gio, is that you get so many pieces of information. If you can't get it into a computer where you can analyze it, you may have gotten a call 3 days ago that's related to a call today. You've got to make sure you pull all of your intelligence together. And my sense would be they do have other leads, and they're working those, whether they be in or around Tucson or maybe someplace else. I mean, let's face it, Mexico is only an hour away.
That's That's right. All right, Brad Garrett, thank you so much. And as we've been showing you on the screen, there's that tip line to the FBI. Please call it if you have information. It's right there on your screen. Brad, thank you again. And we turn now to the dangerous Arctic chill across the Northeast this weekend. Our weather team warned us it would be the coldest weekend of the winter for the Northeast, with wind chills this morning as low as minus 30 degrees. And ABC's Faith Abube is right there joining us from the icy cold streets of New York. Faith, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Gio. We thought it was cold yesterday. This is a whole different ball game. When you step outside New York City today, the wind just cuts across your face. It is painful. It feels like 15 degrees below zero here in New York City right now. The coldest it's been in about 3 years, and the coldest winter season in about 23 years. And it's up and down the Northeast. In Massachusetts yesterday, this was the scene where a vehicle plunged into icy waters. Emergency crews say no injuries were reported. In the Boston area, they got just over a foot of snow just in the last 24 hours, and they're dealing with their coldest winter in just over a decade. Now, officials are urging more than 80 million people in the Northeast to take precautions today. Don't go outside if you don't have to, but if you do have to step outside, keep these 3 things in mind. Make sure you layer up. It will help you control heat. Also, make sure you're mixing in some windproof material, and that will be key for you. But also remember, it just takes a few minutes in these conditions for your face or exposed skin to get frostbitten. Gio.
Oh, absolutely. Got to be careful out there. All right, let's get you inside, Faith. Thank you so much. Now to the forecast. ABC's meteorologist Greg Dutra from our Chicago station WLS is right here. Greg, what are you seeing?
Well, seeing exactly what Faith saw, and that's in Massachusetts. They got walloped by snow yesterday. Look at Gloucester, 10 inches of snow, 13 inches of snow in Hamilton. And this is not just a Northeast thing or a Massachusetts thing. It goes all the way down to the mid-Atlantic with cold weather warnings down there and single-digit wind chills early this morning. Now, things do get better, but this is kind of the bottom of the barrel for 16 below in New York. That is now officially the coldest wind chill since 2015. It's been over a decade since it's been that cold. 30 below in Saranac Lake, but there is good news right around the corner. We got to get through today. Some of us, like out in Boston, have to get through tomorrow too, but then look at that big warm up back to the mid-20s. That's going to feel 30 degrees warmer, Janae.
Not that big warm up. You said back to 20 degrees. Greg, we'll take it, though. We will take it.
Silver lining.
All right, turning now to the Super Bowl, the 60th edition, just a few hours away. Witt is outside Levi Stadium where the Patriots and the Seahawks, they are preparing for their championship battle. Good morning again, Witt.
Hey, Janae, good morning. Yes, it's almost go time here, from the teams who will take the field to the halftime performance to the massive security presence here. Everyone is getting the finishing touches in place for this afternoon's matchup.
Watch the Patriots.
Go Patriots.
Win the Super Bowl.
The countdown is on. Kickoff to Super Bowl 60 just hours away. The New England Patriots going to battle against the Seattle Seahawks, all hoping to lift that Lombardi trophy.
Go Pats!
Let's do it!
Excitement is building. Nearly 75,000 fans expected to attend the game at Levi Stadium. On Saturday, both teams holding closed walkthroughs as they finalize their game plans. New England back in the Super Bowl for the first time since 2018.
Down the field they go! Gronkowski has it!
When 5-time Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady was their quarterback.
Drake May to the end zone for the New England touchdown.
Now the Patriots, led by 23-year-old Drake May, who will be the second youngest QB to ever play in the big game, behind Hall of Famer Dan Marino.
Darnold to throw. Back, hit, throws, end zone, caught! Touchdown!
The Seahawks are back in the Super Bowl for the first time in 11 years. Quarterback Sam Darnold, after his bounce-back season last year with the Minnesota Vikings, finding a new home in Seattle. A win tonight would mark one of the most extraordinary NFL comebacks in modern history. Grammy-winning sensation Bad Bunny preparing to take the stage, becoming the first solo artist to perform at the halftime show, singing mostly in Spanish. This as the massive security operations are in place from the ground to the sky, with 30 nautical miles of airspace around the stadium closed to traffic.
And getting back to the halftime show, do you know how much headliners get paid to perform? This really surprised me. Reportedly, under union contract, it's practically nothing, maybe about $1,000. But of course, the worldwide exposure is priceless. That's why they all want to do it. All right, let's turn now to the San Francisco Bay Area, transforming into Party Central this weekend. Celebrities making the rounds at exclusive events. Will Reeve has been scoping out the red carpet, and you got into some of these events as well.
I have, yeah. Fooled them at the door,
Yeah.
Whit. You know, that's what you got to do. It's Super Bowl week, because the week can really be divided into two distinct parts. There's the game today, and then there's everything in the spectacle of the days leading up to Sunday. There's music and food and fashion and stars and brand activations, and all the celebs are there. It is one big party.
This morning, stars descending upon San Francisco for the biggest weekend in sports.
Best time of the year, right? Especially San Francisco. We can't get any happier.
A-listers and athletes touching down as Super Bowl parties take over the city.
I love it. I love Super Bowl.
Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce trading the field for the booth, DJing at a Sports Illustrated and Tight End University event, and busting out the moves to fiancée Taylor Swift's latest single.
Good morning, America.
Fanatics showing out with their high-profile party hosted by founder Michael Rubin.
The Super Bowl before the Super Bowl is the Fanatics party. Biggest stars, the best performers, it is the place to be.
I love coming to the Super Bowl, and I always have a lot of fun.
You're seeing sports at its highest level, and that's where these guys are at in their careers.
And basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal putting on his annual Shaq's Funhouse, a star-studded affair with celebs from Tiffany Haddish to T-Pain. Music and fashion also a major highlight of the weekend, with high-energy performances from big names like Olivia Dean. Plus designer Tom Brown bringing the glamour to game day at the GQ Bowl. And the party's only just beginning, with Super Bowl 60 just hours away.
That's right, and the parties are great. By this time, everyone is exhausted, and now people either head out of town or they recalibrate to get ready for the big game. Wherever you are, however you're spending Super Bowl Sunday, it is always a party. Some of them have a little more than buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, that's right.
But
A little
it's all
bit.
A good time.
And you got to hang out with Flava Flav?
I did. That was, yeah, I had a great time.
Is he
at
always
Fanatics.
on like that? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Love it.
He's got a brand to protect, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Will, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Let's go back to you, Janae.
Will was just so cool, calm, and collected about hanging out with Flavor Flav.
Right.
Yeah, he's always like that. He's always got the clock and everything. Thank you guys so much. Now we are going to turn to Washington in a battle heating up over a massive infrastructure project that President Trump is trying to block. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang has the latest. Good morning to you, Selena.
Yeah, good morning, Janae. And this is a big deal for commuters across New York and New Jersey. A federal judge now stepping in, blocking the Trump administration from freezing $16 billion for America's biggest infrastructure project. We're talking about the Gateway Project. That's a new rail tunnel connecting New York City and New Jersey, designed to ease traffic, as you know, in one of the most congested parts of the country. Hundreds of thousands of people would use it every day. So President Trump had announced this freeze last fall, in a move that the Attorney General for New Jersey says is an act of political retribution. The federal judge here says the states have proved that public interest would be harmed if this project were delayed. And all of this, guys, comes as sources tell us that last month, Trump had told Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer that he'd be willing to unfreeze the funding if Schumer agreed to rename New York's Penn Station and Washington's Dulles Airport after himself, Donald Trump. The president is now claiming that Schumer floated the idea. Schumer says that's an absolute lie. But a lot is on the line here, Gio. This is a project that was expected to create 90,000 jobs.
90,000 jobs. All right, Selena, thank you so much.
Whit, how are things going out there in California?
Oh, it's great. We're just getting started, Greg. Thanks so much. Of course, watching a Super Bowl in the stands is a dream come true for so many fans. But what about attending every single one of them? Let's go to Will Gans with that story. Will, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Whit. With age comes wisdom. You know about that, Whit. And the three gentlemen you're about to meet, Don, Tom, and Gregory, have the combined wisdom of 259 years. And one thing they know for sure, a trip to the Super Bowl, that's always a good decision. In the history of the NFL, no team, not the Pats nor the Seahawks, has been to the big game more than this one.
They're like family. I mean, you know, we have a special bond.
They're called the Never Miss a Super Bowl Club, and this trio hasn't missed a single championship game since 1967.
Well, just think about it. The first one,
$10, $6, and $8, and 4,000, 4,500 people in a 100,000-seat arena. And look what it is today.
This year, some 120 million fans are expected to be watching at home, and tens of thousands will be watching from Levi Stadium. But for Don, Tom, and Gregory, it's a trip they've made happen 60 times, against all odds.
I remember at 30, I said 30's a good number, I'm done. Patriots got in 31, I couldn't miss that.
Don, a Pats fan, thrilled his team is back today for a record 12th Super Bowl appearance. But each of these octogenarians is tapping into that first football game feeling.
It was in my blood. Oh, I love football. It's just a fascinating game.
So Don and Tom say that this will be the last time that they travel to the big game. They have earned the right to enjoy next year's Super Bowl from a recliner like the rest of us. But Gregory says he's going to make the trip as long as he's able to. But while all athletes age out of a sport eventually, family is forever, isn't it, Whit?
It is, of course. I caught that remark at the beginning, by the way, Will. I resemble that remark.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Love the story, though. All right, still ahead here from Santa Clara, the halftime headliner, Bad Bunny, and great performances of past Super Bowls.
Plus, going for the Vince Lombardi Trophy, ESPN's Coach Herm Edwards is with us with his pre-game analysis.
Wow, that voice. Welcome back to GMA. That, of course, Whitney Houston with one of the most memorable performances of the national anthem. That powerful voice there bringing a crowd to their feet at the Super Bowl in 1991. This year, Charlie Puth will be singing the Star-Spangled Banner. Green Day, Coco Jones, and Brandi Carlile are also part of the pregame performances. And, of course, we can't forget about the halftime show featuring Bad Bunny. We'll have much more on that coming up later. I just want to listen to that as we go through the show. Just incredible, right?
Oh, Whitney Houston.
Oh, my
gorgeous.
goodness. She is so deeply missed. We might as well just let it finish.
Let her finish.
Oh, my goodness.
Amazing.
So good.
I'm just glad Janae didn't try to sing along on that one.
You know what? That's because I knew better, Whit. Thank you very much. Now let's take a look at some of the other big stories that we were following this Sunday morning. New video of rescuers who pulled an 11-year-old girl and her dad from the wreckage of a plane crash in Florida. Body camera video of the January rescue obtained by ABC affiliate WPBF shows responders navigating through thick brush just outside the Everglades. The father and daughter were badly injured, but both survived.
Telehealth provider Hims & Hers backs off its plan to offer a copycat version of the Wegovy weight loss pill. The decision comes a day after the FDA warned it would restrict access to GLP-1 ingredients. The maker of Wegovy, Novo Nordisk, also threatened legal action. Novo Nordisk rolled out its weight loss pill last month.
And a terrifying fall for Olympic athlete Lindsey Vonn. The alpine ski racer crashed on the downhill course just seconds into the run at Milan Cortina Games. The crowd going silent as medics rushed to her side. No word yet if she sustained injuries from this fall. Vonn competed despite tearing her ACL just 9 days ago. And in that same event, Team USA takes its first gold. We have just learned that Breezy Johnson won the women's downhill race. So great news for the team there, but also some really hard news for Lindsey Vonn.
That's right. We're thinking about her. All right. We're going to start this half hour here with just hours away from kickoff to Super Bowl 60. And fans, they're looking forward to the great game, of course. All of us are. But the stage is also set for a history-making halftime performance, the Benito Bowl. Let's go back to Whit at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Hey, Whit.
Yeah, Gio, that's right. Fresh off his big wins at the Grammy Awards last week, Bad Bunny will take the stage before some 75,000 fans and more than 100 million viewers across the U.S. He joins an elite group of headliners, and here's a look at what makes a halftime show unforgettable and why fans around the world are ready to dance.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the biggest stage in entertainment.
Don't stop, keep it moving, put your drinks up. La, 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 la.
with nearly 130 million estimated viewers in the U.S. alone. The Super Bowl halftime show delivering decades of mic-dropping performances, from hip-hop
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
to rock to pop. And this year, history will be made as international superstar Bad Bunny takes the field, making him the first Latino solo artist to headline a Super Bowl halftime show.
The biggest feeling is being grateful. I'm excited about this performance, but at the same time, I feel more excited about the people than even me, because this moment, the culture.
This won't be the first time he's performed at the 50-yard line, technically making his Super Bowl debut in 2020 with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
Bad Bunny,
the Puerto Rican sensation at the pinnacle of his career, taking home 3 Grammys just last week, including Album of the Year, overcome with emotion after hearing his name.
My biggest pleasure is just create, have fun doing it, and connect with the people.
So what makes fans connect with a halftime performance? For one, the star power, timeless legends like Prince and Michael Jackson. Also, the stunts, like Katy Perry riding a massive lion. Or Lady Gaga Spider-Manning from the rafters. How about a buzzy reveal like Rihanna rocking that surprise baby bump? Sometimes even fashion can get people talking. Remember Kendrick Lamar's $1,300 jeans? But one of the biggest crowd pleasers? A collab, like Beyonce, Bruno Mars, and Coldplay. And Aerosmith, along with NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly. While it's still unclear who, if anybody, will take the stage with Bad Bunny during his 13 minutes of glory, fans will be on the edge of their seats looking for any surprises.
I know that the world is going to be happy, and they're going to have fun, and they're going to dance, and they're going to have a good time.
Well, that is for sure, and some are speculating Cardi B may be a surprise guest since they've collaborated before, and she'll be in the house already supporting her boyfriend, Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs. So we'll see, guys.
I mean, Cardi, come on.
I know, and it's so funny because that Cardi song with Bad Bunny, Whit and I know the lyrics and like to rap it together. So hoping that they come out.
The New England Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl just hours away now. Joining us, as he has all season, ESPN analyst and our friend Coach Herm Edwards. Coach, it is great to have you on this big day. Let's start with the quarterbacks here. Drake May for the Patriots at 23 is looking to become the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. What does he have to do to get the job done?
Well, he's got to get rid of the ball. He's taken 15 sacks in playoff competition thus far, so his clock has to move a lot faster, and it will because this is the Super Bowl. Did a great job against Denver running the ball. Seattle will not allow him to do that. He had 65 yards rushing on 10 carries. That is not going to take place versus Seattle Seahawks. They're going to spy him. They're going to make him throw. But with that being said, he has to get rid of the ball. He cannot take sacks.
All right, what about let's comparing him to the Seahawks QB, Sam Darnold, who's seen 8 seasons playing with an injury. So what does he need to do to come out on top?
Well, he knows that he can rewrite his legacy as a quarterback. Just think about his journey. Now he finds himself in the Super Bowl, and he's really good doing this, throwing the ball down the field. They got to get him going early with some play-action passes. This is when he's at his best. When he can play-action pass, survey the field. You're not going to give him a coverage that he hasn't seen before, but he's good with that, throwing the ball down the field. If he can do that early, that'll give this offense a lot of confidence.
And so, Coach, let's talk defense for both teams. What have you seen that impressed you and concerned you for both?
Well, both defenses are outstanding when you think about points allowed. The New England Patriots only allow 19 points a game, and obviously when you look at, the defenses, they don't give up a lot of points. And here's the deal with defense. When you think about Seattle, they only give up 17 points. Here is the Achilles heel. The Patriots are 30th in red zone defense. Last time I checked, that's not very good. There's only 32 teams in the National Football League. They're almost the worst in the league in red zone defense. So when Seattle gets in the red zone, they're going to have an opportunity to score points, and they have to do it.
All right, Herm, what's your take on the coaches here and their styles for the game?
Well, both of them are defensive coaches when you think about it, right? And they've built two great defenses. That's a good thing because that allows your quarterback at times to go, some series where they don't have to score. They don't feel the pressure of a quarterback having to score all the time. And these coaches understand that. We want to relax our quarterback. He doesn't have to try to win the game. We'll keep the score in check. Now, Grable, he's played in Super Bowls. Now he's coaching in one. Again, both these coaches are excellent coaches, but they built their teams defensively with good offense. And that helps quarterbacks, whether you're a young quarterback or an old quarterback. When you have a defense that doesn't give up a lot of points, you're always in the football game.
Coach, we're going to put you on the spot here. Who you got?
Oh, boy. The better team is Seattle. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Ooh.
And I have something else to say, too.
Okay.
I think the designated national anthem singer for the rest of these Super Bowls is Whitney Houston.
Oh, just replay the tape. Just
It
replay
has
the
to
tape.
be Whitney Houston.
Basically.
It was like when you hear her sing, when I was listening to the segment, I heard her sing again, I went, wow. Who can do it better than her? I have no idea. She was marvelous.
Amen. We are all with Herm this morning. Coach, it has been so fun having you all season long. Thank you so much. And we'll be
My
right
pleasure.
back
God bless
here
y'all.
with
Thank
more
you.
on GMA. We are back now on GMA with an important look at the stepped-up efforts to end hunger in this country and how you can help. And Will Gans is here with more.
That's right. On the field, Super Bowl Sunday certainly looks like a competition. Seahawks versus Patriots. But at its core, today is all about coming together and celebrating the things that make America, America. Family, friends, football, and community. This segment is sponsored by Feeding America, who is launching a brand new campaign called Led by Neighbors, which shows what's possible when neighbors lead the movement to end hunger. Right now, GMA has an exclusive look at the incredible new campaign before it officially launches tomorrow. Take a look.
Every act of change begins with a neighbor. Inside food banks and pantries nationwide, neighbors lead the way, packing fresh food and dignity into every box. And when communities connect through the Feeding America network, small actions create lasting impact. So when that box reaches a home, it carries more than food. It carries a promise that together, we can end hunger. Feeding America, led by neighbors. Take action to end hunger now at feedingamerica.org.
Mr. Rogers always said to look for the helpers, and this is your chance to be the helper. When communities come together, small actions ripple into lasting change because hunger isn't one story, it's millions, and together we can end hunger. Head to Feeding America's website for more information. Guys?
All right, well, thank you so much.
All right, we're back now on GMA with our play of the day and the latest episode of Heroes Don't Always Wear Capes. Check out the snowy scene here in Ontario, Canada. Two boys tasked with clearing out the family driveway. A big job with all that snow, of course. The end of the driveway, always the hardest part. Now check out this snowplow driver.
Oh, look
up to the rescue right there in seconds. He finishes that whole job, pushing the snow out of the driveway. The boys giving him a high five, thankful for the big save. How great
How
is that?
helpful.
And that just reminds you that people do good things.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Whit, you having a good time out there?
Oh, yeah, we're just getting started, guys. We got the game coming up. Going to be up late, up early tomorrow morning. Can't wait. Here we go. Super Bowl 60. It's on.
We can't wait to see all the fun you're having. Have a great time. And thank you for starting your day with us.
Yes, you can catch more weekend news coverage over on ABC News Live. And have a great Sunday.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.